What's up, guys? It's Cullen here with Up North Outdoors, and today we are going to be reviving the Fummins. This is going to be the first time starting this truck and driving this truck for actually over a year. The last time I drove this truck was on Marie's and I's wedding in June of last year. So it's been a year and some change, a couple months since this truck has been ran and driven, and it is about time that this truck runs again because I have some something really cool we're gonna be doing with it this week. If you watched the last video, you'll know that I teased we're gonna be doing something crazy that I've been wanting to do for 3 or 4 years now, and just never had the opportunity, and things finally lined up and I finally got the go ahead to do it. Yes, I know I said I was gonna keep it all secret, but it does involve the Fummins. I thought I was gonna be able to do this video and get this all done this weekend, but it's turning out to be a bit of a longer process and project than what I thought it was going to be. So it'll probably won't be till mid this week that I finally get this done. So I want to keep making some content for you guys. So I'm just going to do a whole video and firing this thing up, because for doing this really cool thing we're going to be doing, it is going to be with the Fummins. A lot of you guys guessed it right. And I'm going to need it running and driving. So I want to get it fired up. I want to get into my shop. I want to go through it. And I need to see if these adapter things we built will work and will fit up this prototype one we made, because then I need to make 3 more of them. But it all involves this truck not being right here. It involves it being in my shop. So, and possibly being able to take it down to the farm as well. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop talking. But yeah, so last night we actually tried starting it up. I started this video. I got it fired up and I got it running for a little while, and then when I let off my foot off throttle it died, and then it didn't really want to run after that. So my thought, it's good on fuel, it's good on coolant. The batteries were pretty shot and dead. I've been charging it all day yesterday and then charging part of the day today too, since I've kind of drained those batteries down last night. But I mean, the fuel's been sitting in that tank for, you know, a year and a half, so I'm sure it's got pretty old crappy fuel in there, and I don't even know how full it is. It might be almost empty, so I really think that's part of the problem. So I got some fresh diesel they putting in there and trying to fire it up again, and I really think we'll be able to get her going. I mean, it ran for a solid 20-30 seconds last night, so it's a 12 valve. I'm sure it's fine. But the problem is there's a giant hornet's nest over there on the other side of the truck where I have to get in at. That's also where the fuel is. So I'm gonna be almost standing on this hornet's nest filling this up, so I'm a little scared to do that. There's a nest right there, so it's in that little leaf pile. I guess I'm gonna walk around the back to fill this up, because it's the rear tank that is hooked up on this. So hook these batteries back up. Alright, got a few gallons in the truck. We should be okay. I am a little worried though. My fuel gauge doesn't work, so I'm a little worried that I got air in the system if that fuel tank was almost empty. And that would really suck. But there should have been some fuel in there, so I don't think there should be air in the system, but we'll see. Hopefully it'll fire up. really not good. Yeah, I was giving it throttle and it revved up a bit, and then I would give it throttle and it just stayed idling super high. And I gave it I was trying to touch, then the throttle started doing nothing and it was stuck super high. And I was like, okay, it's okay. I just figured it was high idling or something. I don't know. I wanted it to run for a while anyway, because it hasn't been ran in a year, but yeah, that was a little sketchy. So then I turned the key off. I was like, okay, this is running too high. And I turned the key off, kept running. The light shut off, everything. It went down a little lower. When it dropped down, that's when I turned the key off. And it was going. Nothing was on. Never had that happen before. I've heard of it happening before, especially these 12 valves, especially when you put a 0 plate in them like I did. They are notorious for running away. And that can be really dangerous, especially if you're on the highway. That's what's really nice about having a manual. If you have an automatic, that can be a really, really sketchy situation. But yeah, really the only way to kill it was for me, since I have a manual, I could throw it in 5th gear or whatever, drop the clutch. That'll kill it. Otherwise, if you got to take a board or something like that and stick it right on the intake and choke it out of fuel. Yeah, that was a little wild. Well, that was scary. Anyway, I know these 12 valves are notorious for running away. That's one of the things that makes them so great, is that they're fully mechanical. There's no really electronics involved with these things. They're basically EMP proof. But that also makes it so they can run on their own. They don't need electricity to keep running necessarily. So I don't know what failed to cause that to happen. I don't know, it's a little weird. I ran this truck for over a year and I've never had that happen. So this truck hasn't been touched since it was parked, and it hasn't been parked inside, but it's had the hood down. There's no mouse nests or anything like that in there, so I don't know if there's a couple gallons of old fuel in there that broke down, and that could have been part of the problem that caused it. I have no idea, but I'm gonna check and see if my throttle cable is stuck here. That's one thing that but even if that is the case, it should have still shut down when I turned that key off. I don't know. I'm a little sketched out now. Thankfully it's a manual, so I can just pop her into 5th gear and pop the clutch to kill it. And I know it's kind of a mess in here. I need to do some wire organization, but after I get the wires cleaned up in here, it is pretty clean in here. It's not a hack job. But I don't know. I'm a little confused about what went wrong. Cool. What is this? Liquid. I think that's just power steering fluid from my power steering leak. Doesn't seem like my throttle's stuck. Alright, so throttle's not stuck. From what I've read, is especially when a truck's been sitting, I guess the fuel shut-off solenoid can get gunked up and can get stuck open and not work correctly. So that could be one of my problems, I guess. But I just still don't get why it's idling so high on its own. The throttle, there was no response. So I don't really know how it would have anything to do with that. Might just try firing it up one more time. I can kill it very easily. Because again, with this hornet's nest and stuff, I don't want to be doing all this work over here. I still want to get the truck over and in my shop. So I'm going to do it without the battery jumper on, because I've charged these batteries for quite a while and I think it might fire up okay now. I'll try it. Well guys, looks like in next video we'll be getting the tractor and pushing the fummins. Those hornets aren't happy. Pushing the fummins into the shop because I got to tear into this thing, I guess. Sure, it's something up with fuel, gunked somewhere. Something gunked up and stuck. Something with the fuel pump, I don't know. Just delaying the epic video I wanted to do for you guys. is the next day from when the fummins ran away. I don't know if it actually ran away or if it was just stuck. I don't know, whatever it was sketchy. I was debating not even posting this as a full video, but I just figured, you know what, I'm sure you guys can kind of enjoy my reaction to freaking out about the fummins. It's Monday now and it is hot as balls, so honestly, I just want to sit in the AC and edit this tonight and post it instead of working on the fummins anymore. Because again, it is freaking hot. It's in the 90s and it's humid. I feel like I could literally swim through the air. I don't even think I need to drink water today. I think I'm just breathing in enough freaking water that I'm good. That's how hot it is, but definitely still haven't been having any Minnesota weather. But I do want to talk to you guys about something real quick. So, bring back the fummins a little bit, okay? So, I wasn't going to post this like I said in the beginning of this video, but since this project that I'm doing, this really fun thing I'm doing with this, that I wanted to do for like 3 or 4 or 5 years, it's taking a little bit longer. Again, probably won't be done until, honestly, towards the end of the week or maybe even the weekend. I know I said early week, but Sherp's been crazy busy this week. I forgot how insane this week is with Sherp work. So, you might have to enjoy some of the normal videos before we do the crazy thing. But I do want to talk to you guys about something with the fummins. After I do this awesome thing with the fummins, this cool thing, it's not going to be permanent. I've been really debating something for a long time. So obviously the fummins have been sitting for a year because the plan was to paint it, make it super fancy, put some big 26 by 16s on it, and build it into this shiny, fancy show truck. That was kind of always my dream and plan, or for the last couple of years at least, for the fummins, but I don't know. I've been thinking about doing something different because I could spend $10,000, $20,000 on the fummins for it to be a lawn ornament that I can't even really drive anyway because I'll get tickets. I won't want to drive in the winter time because it'll get rust, and basically just build a trailer into shows and drive it every once in a while and try to get not too many tickets where I get it freaking impounded. That's basically what would happen if I built it into a show truck. But the other thing I've been thinking about is, ever since I started building that truck, started this channel with that truck, I always built it as to be an outdoors truck, you know, to be like an off-road, rugged, adventure, hunting, whatever rig. That's always how I started building that truck. That's why we have the big bumper we built on there with the push bar, and we've got the freaking giant clevises welded onto the frame. We've got a mount. It's literally ready for a winch. That truck's ready for a winch to go into it, a big one. We've built like the roll bar. We've done so much for that truck, and we've always kind of built it really for off-road. We've put a big lift in it to be able to clear big tires. That's kind of how I started building that truck, was to be a sweet, rugged off-road rig. Not necessarily to be super fancy and pretty, but to just be a badass truck that I can use and have fun with. So, you know, I tried the fummins to make an overlanding off-road rig, and not the fummins, the 4Runner, and that just didn't really work out. It was too mainstream. I talked about that before, but it was just, that's what everybody does, and it wasn't me driving that thing around. Like, it was fun, it was an awesome vehicle, but it wasn't me, you know. I like driving an old rig, something that's unique and different, not what everybody's doing, you know. So my thought was, and then I got the dead side, which we're going to be doing a lot of stuff too, but again, I don't know if I can keep that truck forever. But I do want to do kind of a build with that, have some fun with that truck, and maybe do some local camping adventures. But realistically, I'm not ever going to be able to reliably drive that truck to Montana on the mountains or whatever and go on any like trips with it and crazy adventures with that truck. Like, it's just, and it ended up being too nice. It's too nice where I really don't want to beat on that thing off-road because it's worth so much money. I don't want to destroy it. I'm not whistling Diesel, you know what I mean? I don't bash what he does. What he does is awesome, but that's not what I want to do with this truck. I do want to keep it kind of nice because it's in such good shape and it's worth so much money that I could do some light off-roading and things like that with it, have some fun with it, maybe throw the bed camper on, do some camping with it, but I don't want to really build that into the total off-road adventure rig when, I don't know, that's what I've been building the fummins as since I was 15. So maybe instead of going the show truck route, make it a lawn ornament and then do some, where like the only videos I can do is maybe polishing my shiny wheels and, I don't know, get sponsored by some cool cleaning soap or whatever and make it shine more like all the other YouTubers do with their big fancy trucks or whatever. Maybe instead of doing that, maybe I should just follow what I always did with the truck, build it as an off-road rig, turn that into the off-road adventure rig. It already has the powertrain. I did the 12 valve swap, have the manual swap. It definitely needs, obviously, needs to have a little bit of work done to it, but if there's a truck that I was going to build that would actually be reliable enough with the drivetrain that it has to be able to make a trip to Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, go to the mountains, you know, do some awesome adventures with it, that would be a truck that actually you could realistically build into something like that, and not have to worry as much. It's already, you know, it already has the big lift. It's got everything to start with, at least. Obviously, I'd like to upgrade the suspension, not have the twin power blocks in the back forever or whatever. But I would like to, I don't know. I've just really been debating that for a long time. And you know what? It's got the trash body on it right now. Those body parts aren't worth anything. So my thought is maybe trim the fenders a bit. Because I really don't want to throw flares back on it. Trim the rust off the fenders and just run it. And you know, worst case scenario, I'll dent up. If I dent up and scratch up the body, and it doesn't matter, I have to pull all those body parts off and make it a nice truck anyway. So basically what I'm saying is I'm thinking about turning that into the off-road, overlanding, adventure machine that I've always wanted it to be, instead of a show truck. And you know what, if I change my mind down the line, I want to make it a show truck, it needs all new body parts anyway, so who cares? You know, who cares? I can always still do that. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, and you know what? I just want to know your guys' opinion on it. What do you think? Because I'm thinking about maybe getting some, you know, getting a winch for it. Getting a new set of 40s or maybe even some 38s that are a little bit better for highway driving. 38.5s for it, and some ones that aren't, you know, not some 20 by 14 wheels that I had on it, but you know, maybe get some 18-inch wheels for it or something with some wheels that have some more sidewall, some more tread, you know, some real actual off-road video, like off-road tires, you know, take it to some trails. Heck, throw the freaking bed camper on it and go up in a mountain or whatever, and go on some adventures with it even locally. That's just kind of something I've been toying around in my head. So I'm posting this video, one, because I wanted you guys to enjoy me kind of freaking out about it running away or whatever it did. I think I just need to clean out the fuel solenoid or whatever. I did some research, but I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Because I think honestly I would enjoy doing that a lot, and I would be able to get a lot more enjoyable content out of it. Like I said, I would be able to do some off-roading content using the truck, actually building it for off-road, maybe even 4-link it one day, you know, and use it. Do a winch, do some crazy stuff with it, and yeah, put some dents in it, put some scratches in it, make some more memories with it. I don't know. I think maybe it would make better content that way, because I know a lot of you guys want to see that truck, and if we went that route, we'd be able to get this truck back on the channel a lot sooner compared to if we were making a show truck. It'd still be a long time until this truck was on the channel again. So just let me know what you guys think. That was really all for this video. Again, we got a really fun video planned with it within the next week or so. We've also got another funny video that I'll probably be doing in a couple days, and then got some more dense side action, etc. Still kind of content planned. It's still going to keep rolling the way it is. And again, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments below what do you think. Anyways, guys, Jesus loves you very much. God bless. I'll see you in the next video.